Bam. Welcome to the stream tonight, everybody. We're going live. Welcome to Pro Say Legal School. Stopping the court process 101. I'm Coach Neighbors, and tonight we're going to be talking about some stuff. A lot of people are interested in the stuff that we got to say about municipal court. And so we're going to chop that up tonight. I want to chop up the municipal court. I'm going to show you a few things. Let's see here, get everything lined up. So we got here's a response to the municipal court subject that we talk about. So we're going to work on chopping up the court's legal authority or lack thereof. And I'm going to show you guys the court clerk's manual for the state of Kansas and what it says about the municipal court's real duties. Now, before we get started on that, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter or X. Follow me on Twitter for the coaching. And you can message me in the messaging part of Twitter. I'm no longer going to be, fooling around on Facebook because I'm just getting tired of the mess that they're trying to do. I don't have time for all they're doing is slowing me down. Trying to slow us down. So we're going to move over to Twitter. That's where I'm going to be doing my coaching at. So you should just now, if you have a question or something and you have some name that I never heard of, then you might want to make sure you let me know who you are so that I know who that I'm speaking with. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and ring the bell and click on those ads so I can get paid for bringing this fire to the table. And we're here tonight to chop up the municipal court. Now, in 2017, I went through this and dragged them through my lawsuit package that I put together then in federal court for 3 $10 seatbelt tickets. And they actually called me after, I don't know, a year and a few months from the judge's chambers to figure out how to make that go away. But, I've learned a few things since then to make the whole process more clear. What I learned then, put together what I know now. And so I'm just going to show you guys because I could talk all the time, whatever, but I'm very visual. So for me to get it, I have to see it. And that's the way I think a lot of people learn. So now my research shows me that municipal court is a non-constitutional entity that the city uses to allow the police department to violate the due process of state citizens all day long. Oh yeah, they call you U.S. citizens, but you're not. Nobody can be a U.S. citizen because nobody can be born in a fake corporation. Corporation's fake. And that's the big difference between my non-conventional program and their fake legal system that they structured is the fake part. Okay, we don't go after no lender because the lender's not the one foreclosing on you. And yeah, so when you cut out the fake part, so that's and I just kind of realized that going through this process again with them after they arrested me to teach me a lesson. And I'm thinking they already taught me the lesson, but I'm thinking also I can learn more. So that's what we're doing. Now, that's my opinion based off of the research that I've done. Okay, municipal court is intently put down the street. It's not connected to the state court or any other state court process. It's put down the street for the sole purpose of allowing the police to harass everybody. Okay, so if there's no injured property or damaged property or injured party, then the police shouldn't be bothering you and pulling you over for all their citations or giving you a ticket to show up in court when there's no injured party or damaged property. Oh, we keep going back to that. So, let's just, before we get to the crust of the pie, okay, let's just take a look at some things. We're going to talk about some things, take a look at verbally, I guess. We're going to take an ear look at some things. So their process that they have is structured to violate your due process at the gate. And this is why we no longer sue for judicial, non-judicial, whatever. We just sue for 42 U.S.C. We sue them for the process, the procedures that they use to line you up. We sue them for the why they were able to violate you, why they were able to get the eviction process. People, I need to stop the sale. No, you need to address the reason why they're allowed to do the sale. And that's pretty much the real estate deed fraud. It all goes back to that. Okay, so think about the citation process for the police department. The citation process for the police department. Let's just think about that for a minute. Okay, the police officer is in the executive branch, signs the citation, but they call it a summons down in the body of the document. They call it a summons, and so they sign a summons for you to appear, and they sign in place of a judicial officer of the court. That summons for you to appear is supposed to be signed by a judicial officer of the court, not an officer from the executive group. Right there at the gate is a violation of the separation clause of the Constitution, because the officer is not supposed to be signing the stuff. So in my case, the officer didn't like the way that I was talking to him. I wasn't being disrespectful. I just wasn't cooperating with him. I wasn't like lying and jumping up and down, and I told him that there was no need for him to take pictures of me. I hadn't approved for him to take any pictures of my body, and so he had a problem because I'm possibly blocking him from collecting evidence. Yeah, well, I didn't want to go into who he's collecting evidence for, because I already knew he had attitude when he showed up. Okay, but anyway, so there you have it. Starting out at the gate with the police. In my case, the police officer decided that I was the aggressor, even though the little white dude, no offense against white people, and no offense against this dude either, because I wasn't talking to him very nice, okay? And he decided, he poked me, and then he tried to chest butt me, and I pushed him up against the door, and then he decided to hit me. He didn't hit me, but he tried, and then we had a headlock. Yeah. I'll post a video sometime for you guys to see down the road a little bit. As soon as the city and I get done with our business, because the police never looked at the video. They don't have a copy of the video, and the dude admitted in the police cam that he hit me. He admitted twice that he hit me first, twice. But the officer's head was so wrapped around his prejudicial crap that he didn't. I don't know what his problem was, but we're gonna find out. So that's how the citation process starts. And then the cop writes you a summons and signs it for your ass to appear in a fake court. So why is municipal court down the street? And we're gonna, if you didn't know how fake it was, you're gonna know when we're done. And that document that I put together, the one challenging the pleading standard, I have one now for the municipal judge, and it's the same price as the other one. It's the same document. Yeah, this document is going to be the one punch that you need when the judge's going to throw your stuff out. I mean, hell, you can use it in state court too. Just the judges never do a fact of findings and conclusions of law. Those are things that have to be done, in my opinion, since the officer said I wasn't a very good legal coach, okay? But in my opinion, without those things, they just trick your ass into their administrative hearing. And it's the administrative hearing and the court that you're in, it's not connected to the Constitution. So they can do whatever the hell they want. And they do, as you see. Now, if you stop and think about it, all of those people sitting in there are getting violated by municipal court, and wait until you find out here about the real legal authority the municipal court has. And I hope the city of Lawrence, Kansas is watching this because I don't know, when we get to court, I can just play my videos. I don't even have to talk. I'll just play the videos and let the jury watch all my damn videos. How about that? I'm thinking that's going to be way more efficient because I put a lot of work into making sure that we're talking about what we need to be talking about. So if you been punched in the face by a judge, just dismiss your stuff, held you to a higher standard, whatever. And at the end of the day, okay, it don't even matter if your stuff sucked. I'm just saying, it don't matter, really. If they didn't provide the facts of finding and conclusions of law, they dragged you into administrative hearing. And not only did they drag you into administrative hearing, okay, without a fact of finding and conclusion of law, you can't appeal a damn thing. I'm just saying, you cannot appeal a damn thing. Now, they'll let you go through the process and they'll send you some stuff. You need to fill out all this shit. And they'll make it look like, oh yeah, they're, but I work with a lot of people. I got a lot of real-time feedback, and that real-time feedback is what I've used to structure the program and what we're doing here. So let's just kind of jump like foot in. I don't like to jump head first. I like to jump foot in. The municipal court is not connected to the state court or the Constitution. It's not. It's not connected to either one. Now, if you want to research your municipal court, all you got to do is pull up the municipal court clerk's manual for your state, and then just go through it like I'm going to do for the state of Kansas here in a few minutes. Now, when you're reading it, you need to make sure that you keep a few things in mind because the words here, they try and make it appear, okay, they try and make it appear that the municipal court is connected to the Constitution with their slick wording. But we're going to chop it up, okay? I am. There ain't going to be no indecision left when we get down here. So, okay. And first thing that you need to remember is that statutes are not valid laws. They're not. They're not valid laws. They don't have an action clause. They don't have ties. They don't have bodies. Now, some person on the channel, on the YouTube channel, was in wherever you was, people say stuff. They was having a conversation with me and was trying to tell me how that these state statutes have been codified in positive law or some crap or whatever, And, that may be true. Okay. But here's the thing with me. Okay. The statutes are the state statutes are the federal laws. They just been watered down to give the state the upper hand and all stuff. And then you add the attorney's BS in there, okay? And because they structured this legal program and everything that most people know about the program, they learn from these attorneys that are full of, So the statutes are not valid laws. Now, if you do your homework you'll know that in order to be a valid law, you have to have an acting clause, you have to have a title, and you have to have a body. If you do your research correctly, you'll also know that those things have to be with the statute, with the law, with the stuff. They can't be over here in some positive law book or over there or not. They have to be connected to the stuff to be the shit. And that's it. Now, I done my research on it, and I told this person, you know, whatever, but I done my research, and I have a channel with, I know, a bunch of people, and they're buying my stuff. So I'm not going to waste my time arguing with him until he has a channel, and or at least till he brings something to the table that makes more sense, because he hasn't studied my stuff enough to understand. People look at the first or whatever, or half a video or third of a video, and then they want to let me know whatever. Hey, that's fine. Well, someday it'll be something that the people that I've learned stuff from are people like Nikki Ross. There's been another lady named Sharon. There's been several people along the way, but they don't spend any time trying to convince me that statutes and codes are that anything on the state level is valid. And I don't do, the only thing that we do on the state level is crush their process. And the documents that you get from me that you file in state court are federal documents. They are federal. They have federal everything in them. And I know the state court people whine and complain, but you know, there's no difference between doing that than there is filing Supreme Court case law in either one of the 3 lower courts or 4 lower courts or 9, whatever. So, and that's how we do that. Okay, they don't like it because if you like respond, because we don't answer to shit. If you respond with one of my documents with federal, okay, it trumps everything that they already got because it don't go the other way around. You can't respond to federal case law with state crap. It don't go that way. So right at the gate, you have them add them at disadvantage. So remember, when you're reading this that we're going to do in a minute, that the state statutes are not valid laws. Now I'm going to do a screen share. And show you guys the manual. Okay, maybe I'll get to the screen share. Okay. Now, this is the Kansas Municipal Court Clerk's Manual. I'm just going to leave it real big. And this, you know, you can see the table of contents here. We're pretty much going to go down to this part, but we want to look at a little bit of the introduction and see how they try to pull the wool over your face with their fancy words. Okay, hang on one second. Move that screen over just a little more there so I can. Okay, here we go. The municipal court judge, you can see his court judge officer, term selected for the appointment of municipal court is determined by the state law and the municipal ordinance. Well, wait a minute. By the state law and the municipal ordinance. Remember we said there's some stinky stink going on with the words? So by the state law or the municipal ordinance, or excuse me, and the municipal ordinance. Okay, well, I mean that we're getting tripped up right right at the gate. How could it be both? The ordinance is lower than a code, and it's not anything that anybody is legally bound to follow. So that's interesting. The state law and yeah. So let's just go on. And then it says here some applicable statutes are the Kansas codes. So applicable statutes. What does that mean? Applicable to what? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, the municipal judge must be a citizen, whatever. And in the cities of first class, the municipal judge must be an attorney admitted to practice law in Kansas. Huh. So in some cities, in Class A cities, the municipal judge can be an attorney admitted to practice law in the state of Kansas. And that's the situation, at least that was the situation in 2017 when I did this. That time, the municipal judge was not a judge. He was an attorney that was appointed by the city. So, and then it says here it must be the attorney admitted by practice law. Okay, yeah. Supreme Court is required to provide a training program and an examination to ensure that each non-lawyer municipal judge, non-lawyer municipal judge up here, it said he had to be, non-lawyer municipal judge, got to take this training to possess the minimum the minimum skills and knowledge to carry out the duties of a municipal judge. The minimum skills. Yeah, I didn't know about y'all, but I want to go before the judge that's not even a real judge. And this person had the minimum skills to assist and carry out. Let's just go on. Any person who successfully completes this examination, certified by the Supreme Court, will be qualified. Any person that completes their examination will be qualified to hold office. In order to continue to hold the office of municipal judge, it's an office, then the judge must attend at least 10 hours of training or whatever. Maybe we should be suing the Supreme Court as well. Interesting. A continuing education program offers at least 10 hours credit. Powers and duties of the municipal judge. Now we're getting to some stink. This is not the heart of the matter. This is some stink. Okay, so the municipal judge has the powers to determine all cases properly brought before such municipal judge, to grant continuances, sentence those found guilty to a fine or confinement or in jail or both, commit, accuse, bond, determine applications, all of these things. Okay, so when I was highlighting this is the same things that a state judge is supposed to be doing. I'm pretty sure if you look it up, it says the exact same thing for the state judge. But the municipal statute ordinance thingy. Interesting. Okay, interesting. So and this is the statute that they're using for their fake court that's not connected to the Constitution to give them the right to appoint someone. So so attorneys and the prosecutors switch, and that's what I found out. In Lawrence, Kansas, the municipal court is only open every third Wednesday. And so if you want to call and find out about stuff, you just call the prosecutor's office. Oh, wait. So is the prosecutor's office open every third Wednesday? No, the prosecutor's office is over at the state court. Uh-huh. So it appears that the prosecutors that work in the prosecutor's office also work in the municipal court, in the fake court. That's what it appears. So we're going to just scroll right down here to the crust of the pie. Here was a little bit about the municipal court clerk's duties, which we don't really care about, because if the court don't have jurisdiction, none of that stuff, right. And then here's what you're supposed to be doing if you sue one of them. It tells you what you have to do if you don't know how to just do. So you guys in Kansas can check this out. I'm going to put a link to it in the comment section. Now, this was interesting, responding to lawsuits filed against city or clerk. No sovereign immunity as per Kansas or whatever. Well, they don't have no sovereign immunity anyway, because we go in under the Tucker's Act, and the Tucker's Act blocks the state players from any kind of immunity if they're violating your due process or your Fourth Amendment. So, and then they have their exceptions here, whereby government entity is immune from liability. And under procedural issues, KSA, oh, yeah, here's their statutes here, the ones that are invalid laws. Remember that. And then it talks about if you sue an employee or whatever. We're just going to scroll on down here to, qualified immunity cannot be applied to governmental entity itself. You can only have qualified immunity if you qualify for it. And judicial officers of the court qualify for the immunity by following the laws and not violating your people's constitutional rights and those kind of things. Okay, so nobody has qualified immunity because they're tricking your asses and dragging you into administrative court. Okay, so they're lying to you. You think you're in a judicial court, but you're in an administrative court where they can do whatever they want, and they do, and they don't have any immunity, and so they don't really pull that crap out when people show up with my stuff. Oh, here's where we're headed. We're headed right here. Okay. Now, this is the stuff, and remember, we're still right in their thing. Jurisdictional municipal court, jurisdiction must exist. Municipal court for the court to have authority to act. Use of power to hear determine controversies involves in the municipal court can only hear cases involving alleged violations of municipal ordinances legally enacted by the governing body of the city. Oh, wait. So why do they have the statutes and codes here if they're talking about ordinances? They can only ordinances here, but they're holding our asses to the statutes and codes. I mean, I don't know. Somebody help me with this, because maybe I just hate them too much. Oh, and I don't see it. But from what I'm seeing right here, they're saying that their court can only hear cases involving violations of municipal ordinances legally enacted by the governing body of the city. Okay. Nobody has any. No one is bound to follow the stuff that the city does. Okay, I'm just saying. And right here, they're hiding behind this statute. They're trying to make it look like, I mean, unless I'm just not reading this right. And it says the alleged violation must occur within the city limits. And then they have their little code here. I don't take the time to look this up because it may not be connected to what the hell they're talking about here. Oh, that wouldn't be the first time. So the city ordinance may be the same or quite similar to a state criminal statute on the same subject. Oh, but it should be remembered that it is the ordinance which gives the municipal court its authority. You're welcome. So I could just shut down right now, right? I could just shut down right now. It is the ordinance which gives municipal court its authority. And that's what I stuck in their face in 2017. The city ordinance. The city ordinance gives municipal court authority. Okay, what corporation can give itself legal authority to run the court and do arrest people and do all? Okay, I'm getting stuck. Let's move on. The municipal court in Kansas has no civil jurisdiction. There's only civil because criminals BS, because criminal statutes and codes are non-violent laws. So there's only civil. Okay, municipal court in Kansas has no civil jurisdiction. That is, a municipal court has no power to decide disputes between private parties involving contracts. Wait, that summons they sent me was a contract. It's a contract. Yep. So a municipal court has no power on contracts, property rights, damage actions, divorce actions, custody cases, or cases involving juveniles, except traffic cases. See 3.06. So I'm thinking that must be an ordinance. I don't know because they keep switching back and forth. Now, I think you guys will see the value in that package that I got, the pleading standard package. It's on sale for $99.99, and it can be used to sue their asses for this real easy. And I'm making a new one to address the false arrest issue. And I'm hoping to have it done Monday so I can get it filed. Anyway, so it says right there, municipal courts have no jurisdiction over violations of state statutes. They have no jurisdiction over violation of state statutes. But they keep listing them up in here to make it look like that. So municipal court judges can perform marriage ceremonies under this state statute. Okay, so the decision of a municipal court in traffic cases, whether accused guilty or not accused, is it does not determine who pays for the decision of municipal court cases. They can't. The municipal court cannot determine. They can only determine a question of guilt. That is, the court decides if the accused party was guilty of violating the city ordinance. Not the codes that they keep talking about, the city ordinance. The court decides if the accused party was guilty of violating the city ordinance. If another vehicle is involved in the traffic accident, the court does not determine that person before the court is guilty. That's a lie. Okay, wait a minute. No, they're right. They're absolutely right. Because the police officer determines whether or not your ass is guilty out there on the street and writes the summons and signs it for your ass to go to court. All done by the police officer. I don't even know why they pay the judge, because police officers should set up there and finish the job and just send our asses to jail. And then it says right here, personal liable damage to vehicle, the civil court would determine that issue. So they're admitting right here, when they get done screwing you over, they're supposed to send you over to civil court for the civil court to decide the damages, who's going to pay. So why didn't they just send your happy ass over there in the first place? I'm just saying, why did they not send you over there in the first place? Because they can't determine shit, okay? And to keep on making their municipal court, oh, wait, the municipal court may order restitution as a part of a sentencing. Oh, see, Kansas, oh, another statute. But municipal court is not connected to the statute. Oh, we're not done yet. Determining in order for a municipal court to have jurisdiction, in any case the alleged offense must have been committed in the corporate city limits of the city, and the accused person must be properly brought before the court. Which court? Municipal court or the real court? Bringing the offender before the court can be accomplished in several ways, which are more fully discussed in chapter 5 and 6. Yeah, we already know how that happens. The police officer signs the citation, summons for your butt to appear after they already adjudicate you guilty, and that's the way that goes. So, the lack of jurisdiction, the court determines if the court determines there's no jurisdiction for any other reason set forward, the case must be dismissed. The judge cannot make a finding of guilty or not guilty. A municipal judge who determines guilt or innocence when the court lacks jurisdiction exposes him or herself to a lawsuit. It says that right there in their own manual. Let's just sit on that for a minute. But see, here's the funny thing. If the court determines it has no jurisdiction for any reason set forward, the case must be dismissed. And the judge cannot make a finding of guilty or not guilty, and Mr. Rose determines to go to this and when the court that likes jurisdiction. But the court's got to decide. That seems to be the problem, and the court thinks that, well, they do. So. Oh, so now the basics for authority for the power of the city to act and limitations thereon are found in Article 12, Section 5 of the Kansas Constitution, where cities are granted broad powers to self-determination. We're talking about the Constitution here, but municipal court is not a part of the Constitution. So how can they throw this on the table and they're not following the damn Constitution? I'm just saying, objection, your lordship. Your Honor, sorry. I have a hard time saying that. Oh, For example, this code prohibits municipal court from charging court costs except for witness fees and mileage and assessment required by and whatever they want to do. Yep, if there's a conflict between the state regulatory authority and local home rule authority, the Kansas Supreme Court makes the determination as to which is valid. Now, this was interesting and it had to do with traffic offenses, so I just went ahead and threw it in here. So the general rule violation, which may result in a violator being fined or jail, requires the court to view the ordinance strictly. The ordinance. If somehow the ordinance covers allowable areas and it's not in conflict with the Uniform Act, it is proper. An example of permitted local ordinance would be the establishment of parking regulations. Oh, whoa. Oh, and another example would be reserved by the state for issuing driver license. However, a city may properly make the failure of an individual to possess a driver license a violation of its ordinance. Oh, they can do whatever they want. Okay. We're going to close up the screen share and then see what people. And oh, yeah. So the traffic ticket package, I reduced the price of the traffic ticket package while I'm having the stream. It's almost like the giveaway price. I don't want to say what the price is because my manager might get mad. Yeah. So I'm hoping that people in Lawrence will get this too. And usually it'd be nice to see everybody all coming with the same stuff. Oh, they're gonna love me down there. Yeah. So this is on sale right now, as we teach people the fraud that's going on in municipal court. So if you got jacked by municipal court, this is on sale. Now, I also have the package that we put together to address the pleading standard. That package is $99.99, and if you got jacked by a municipal court, then that's the package that I would get to sue the municipal court in the city and on whoever the people are that you want to add there. Welcome to the show tonight, Gino and William. Well, we sue the state because the state committed real estate deed fraud to get your deed in their office. And we sue the state because the state's day-to-day procedures violated your due process and made it unfair. If you don't attack the why they were able to do this, then you're not going to get anything done. So the what's not going to help you. And we don't do anything in their conventional program because their conventional program was structured by the same attorneys that are stealing your property. So are trying to steal your property. So that's why we don't do those things. The conventional stuff requires a judge to rule, and if you're in my program, you're going to be suing the state court judge at the gate. And that's what we do to cut down on the bleeding and get control of the situation. Now, you guys need to follow me on X or Twitter for the coaching. There's another link to the traffic ticket situation. Because that's where we're going to be doing the coaching at. And we don't really attack the assumption The players are violating you with their procedures, and until you address that, you need to go and throw your stuff out in the yard. Well, we don't worry about what applies. We just sue them. We don't even do that stuff. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Waverly. I appreciate that. Got a super sticker. Yep. Contract is law, and law is contract. And it says right in the Kansas thing there I just showed you, it says right there, the municipal court don't have jurisdiction to rule in contract or property or nothing. They can't marry you now, according to the statute from the state that they're not connected to, and that's why they're happy as it down the street. Well, I don't know what that means, Steve, but um, the way we do it, we don't have we don't have any problem. If I did, people would be up in there complaining and stuff. And that's the travel ticket package that I got marked down to almost nothing. And yeah, follow us. Follow me on Twitter, X, so that you guys can. No, it doesn't give them jurisdiction over you, and you're not a U.S. citizen because nobody can be born in a fake corporation, Steve. So it gives them their fake jurisdiction that they think they have over you. You were born in a state, in a republic state, way before you got to Washington D.C. If you ever been there, most of y'all ass ain't ever been there. So Steve, what we're doing here is stuff that I put together from real-time feedback from a whole bunch of people. So the things that everybody's throwing on the table, you guys are acting like I'm still building this. Okay, we're using and kicking their ass with it. So y'all need to get caught up with what we're doing so that you can use the stuff or whatever and get your head out of their conventional program that they structured for you. Everything that most people know about the legal system is trash. Is poop. Oh, and yeah, I always talk to them. It was poop. So, yeah. So there's 2 documents on sale on my website right now, and the $99.99 one is, I always wanted to have that one document that you could use to, that document is the document that you need if they screwed you over in court. And it don't even matter if your shit was not good. Okay. If they didn't provide a fact of fine inclusions of law, then you are violated. Okay. If the hell you're pleading to a higher standard, then you were violated. Waverly, you don't understand, man. I just said we file all of our shit in federal court. The only thing we do in state court is crush that shit because the state court statutes, in my opinion, are the federal laws, but they've just been watered down to give the state the upper hand in everything. So I don't waste it. Yeah, my stuff works for whatever state you live in. Okay, and that's people call me and ask me that all the time. Like, oh my God, no, you don't even understand what we're doing. Okay, no offense to you, Waverly, but those people don't. People tell me all the time, oh, I don't have a mortgage. Okay, are they making your ass pay property tax? Yes. Okay, then you're getting screwed. You don't have to have a mortgage to get screwed. Your mortgage got sent to them before you bought the property or some kind of way to have your shit in their office and they're making you pay. So you don't have to have a mortgage to be getting screwed. Oh, wait. If you're not paying, but you're paying property tax, you're getting screwed. Waverly, if you get in my program, man, you need to go to my YouTube channel, the one over there, and you need to find the instructional video playlist. And you need to watch the 6 or 7 updated instructional videos. They outline what you need to know about using the 42 USC 1983 package. And they also, and then you need to watch the instructional video for the lawsuit package that you invested in, which I open up each document and I show you the front page of it and talk a little bit about what you need to know. I don't tell you the things that you're asking me here in my live stream because nobody else cares about that shit. So, and I have several videos on stopping the eviction, man. So I'm going to let you go and watch those. Those would be great videos to watch if you're the last 2 videos on the stopping the eviction process. Help you get up to speed, buddy. Pro se legal school. I'm not here to no offense, Waverly, but to hold your hand. You got to do that stuff because if you don't do it, you won't understand what words to say when you're talking to them fools. Okay, you won't understand what words to say, and then they're going to know that you don't know shit. Okay? If you know a little, they're not going to think that, So I'm going to Waverly, I don't answer questions that you can go find out for yourself, man, because then I wouldn't be a very good coach. So, guys, thank you for the value of sharing your time. If you need anyone, if you have any one of these problems that we're talking about, you need to go to the website and get them. Also, the property tax package has 2 lawsuits in it now. It has the lawsuit for the property tax issue. It also has the 42 USC foreclosure lawsuit in it. So that would be a good investment for someone to have your property investor or a legal coach, because that package has 2 lawsuits in it for the price of 1. And it also has, if I remember correct, it has the temporary restraining order to shut down the state's federal funding because they're violating your constitutional rights. Oh, well, thanks, Steve, but I already know that they're full of shit. So we're at the gate and you're behind us here. Waverly, get your butt over there and see what the hell I have, man. All right, I can tell right now you're gonna have to run some laps. Thanks, guys, for the value of sharing your time. I'll see you in the next video. Get it going. Stay in the ring.